Hey guys, what's up? It's GVKcollectibles, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Lost Tribe again, but this time we'll be taking a look at Stalker Predator. What's up? So, as I said, today we'll be taking a look at the NECA Ultimate Stalker Predator from Predator 2. Now, this is, as I said, like the previous few Predator figures that we've done, or I've done, it is the 30th anniversary of Predator 2, which is really, really cool. And then we get this, like all the Predator figures, we get this awesome box art by, I believe it is, Tristan... Oh, where's your name? Tristan Jones. Yep, Tristan Jones. He does phenomenal job. I actually hope Marvel actually hires him to do variant covers for the Predator series that's going to be coming out later this year. I think that would be really, really cool. But anyway, we got this cover of the Stalker Predator, which looks really cool. He's surrounded by engineers from Prometheus, which is really, really cool. I like how they're kind of delving and bringing everything in. Like, they kind of treat the Predator universe, the Alien universe, as like they're in the same universe, which is really, really cool. So you get to see the engineers pop up, so he looks like he's on a hunt, which is really, really cool. You get Predator 30th anniversary on the side right here, and you also get Predator 2 here, but you also get, this is the number 3 in the series of the 30th anniversary wave. This is the Stalker Predator, and you get some cool shots of the figure on the back. You also get a lineup of all the other figures. You get the Lost Predator, which was the first release, then you get the Scout Predator, then we get the, I assume that's the Boar, or, no, that guy's the Boar, I don't know who this, oh, it's Guardian. Guardian is the next one that's going to be released soon. This is the latest release, and there's also a little bit bio, so a little bio read-up, which they do a really, really good job. NECA does, I don't know who it is at NECA who does and writes the lore for these, like the backstories for these characters. I think it's really, really cool, because a lot of these Predators in Predator 2 didn't get a lot of time, like a lot of screen time, but man, they like have really delved into doing their backstories, and it's really, really cool that they show this. So at the top, Predator 2 Ultimate Stalker, of course. Then at the bottom, you get all the credits too, which, as I said, this guy, like all the other Predators within this Lost Tribe line, or the Predator 2 line if you want to call it, well, that's what it's actually called. I just call it the Lost Tribe line. He does come with a lot of accessories, a lot. So first thing I want to get into, let's get to the weapons, because I think they're very, very cool. He does come with his plasma caster, of course. It's very unique and very different comparative to like the other members of the Lost Tribe, where the other two I feel like have had the one that has had the most unique one at this point was the Lost Predator. It had a kind of unique pack on it, but this guy also has a really pretty unique pack on himself too. It's really, really cool. The caster is really, really cool. It kind of reminds me of the AVP caster a little bit, the plasma caster a little bit, but that's kind of here or there because the Predators, but it is really cool because you can get it into like a storage situation. You can store it like that, which is really, really cool. It's very unique and different comparative to the other members of the Lost Tribe, and even the Jungle Hunter, which is really, really cool. And it's also really posable because it's on this kind of joint right here, which is really, really cool. And you can move it up and down, which is really cool. And you can get it into like cool poses too, which I think is really, really awesome. And it's a cool kind of feature. Oh, and I've never noticed this. It also has a slide. There's a slide right here, so you're able to move it back and forth, which is really, really cool. So you can get a good amount of posability with this particular plasma caster, which is really, really cool. The detailing on it is really, really wonderful, with a lot of like well, not indentations, but like really cool detail that is sculpted into this particular pack, which is really, really cool. Next thing, this is actually a new weapon. This guy, of what I looked up, this is the net launcher, which is really, really cool. So, or the Dark Gauntlet, actually, my bad. It's the Dark Gauntlet, which I assume is very similar to the one that the Jungle Hunter had, that he kills one of the gangsters in the tower in the second movie, which it's really, really cool. This is really, really cool, though. I really love the design of this. They do a really good job, I feel like, of making new weapons that feel very Predator-esque. And this is a new weapon, one of the new weapons that is included with this guy, because all of them usually have a new weapon included with them. I think the only exception of that is the Lost Predator, but the Scout had the plasma rifle, which is really, really cool. So yeah, this is really, really cool. And I have them posed with this all the time. because I think it's just really, really super cool and really awesome. Also, along the lines, there's an effect piece for the plasma caster, which is really, really cool. I think this is a very similar piece we've seen before, like on the Jungle Hunter, for example, but really, really cool. Nice little piece of transition blue, blue translucent plastic. I couldn't even think of it right there. And you get the white tips, of course, which is really, really cool to kind of show the detailing in it, which I really, really love. Like, I love these little effect pieces so much with these figures, and I have them posed with this too, because I think it's just a really, really badass effect piece, which is really cool. Like always, and like most of the Predator, the Jungle, like a lot of the City Hunter, well, not City Hunter, like the City Hunter, I should say, he does come with the 2 bow staffs, so he comes with a closed one, which is really, really cool, really well done, I think. Not much I can really say. This is kind of the same bow staff that they've been using for really the Jungle Hunters and the City Hunter Predator, well, City Hunter Predator, for example, which, nothing too much new to say about that, and there are little changes here and there, but, like, noticeably, this is a lot kind of darker. It's a darker kind of like bronze color, I believe, compared to the Jungle Hunter, City Hunter, which is the more kind of bright kind of coloring that it has in the film. Also, for some reason, mine is I had mine in store, like in the box, it's just storage, because I wasn't using it for display, and it's a little bent, but like it's an easy fix though, because you could probably just bend it and then you can just like kind of let it sit for a while and bend it back in place, which is okay. Then he also comes with, like the other Predators, he does come with 2 throwing discs, which look really cool, an open one and a closed one. Not too much I could say about these that have been said before. They're really good, really well detailed, but they're the exact same kind of discs we've been having for a while, but really, really cool, and it's really cool to see them include. Then we get some interchangeable hands, so there is a total of 5 hands, so you get like these kind of, you get 2, there's 2 left kind of open hands, kind of, or like a grabby hand. Really, really cool, really well detailed too. The coloring, you get to see kind of that tiger stripe patterning here, which is really, really cool and really well done. Then same thing with this guy. Really, really cool, really well done. Same thing, he has a closed fist too. This is for the left hand, so you're able to use the bow staff in that hand. He also comes with, like much of the other Predators that usually come with a little trophy. This guy comes with a human skull, which looks really, really cool, really well detailed. You get a lot of good detail in the sculpt itself, and even in the bottom too, like where you get like little holes and everything. Kind of, maybe if this was like a real skull, it looks really, really good. You also get a little bit of a kind of dry, like kind of black in there with the teeth to show like it's divided, and also I don't know what kind of color this is, but it looks grayish for like the kind of detailing that, like, it looks like dry brushing on the skull, which makes it look really, really cool. And of course, like all the Predators, he does come with an interchangeable head sculpt, and this one is really awesome. As I said, it really has a lot of influences of like tiger kind of patterning, which looks really, really cool. Like the City Hunter in Predator 2 is already very unique. It's very different in comparison to the classic Jungle Hunter Predator, so it is cool seeing that we're getting these kind of unique head sculpts for these Predators, especially the Scout. The Scout has like one of the most unique looking head sculpts I've ever seen on a Predator. At first I wasn't too sure about it, but when I reviewed it, I actually really liked that head sculpt. But like, this is the same, it's pretty much a similar head sculpt we've seen. I think this is the exact same kind of mold that they have. This is like the same Jungle Hunter mold, but just painted differently, which is okay. Which, like, he just looks awesome. Really, really cool. Really Predator-esque. Dreads are, of course, movable too, pliable, which I really, really love. My first Predator figure that I had was the Wolf Predator, so it's kind of cool to see how far NECA's come with the dreads, because, like, the dreads on the Wolf Predator were all, like, they were movable, but they were just movable in clamps, so you'd have, like, 1 clamp, 2 clamp, or 3 clamp, so it's really cool to see these detailing. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for the accessories. A lot of cool accessories, as always, with these particular figures. So, with that out of the way, let's jump into the figure himself, the Ultimate Stalker himself. close-up of the Ultimate Stalker, which it looks really, really cool. Like, the armor on this is very unique and very different. There are elements of, like, the Jungle Hunter in here, of course, but there are a lot of new pieces of armor in this guy. So, I want to talk about the head, of course, the helmet. Now, this guy, if you read up on the back of the story, which I would have put a little close-up of it so you guys could read it and pause it. This guy is actually related to the boar, so this guy is actually brothers with the boar predator, which I think is really, really cool. And he also, you can definitely tell that because of the very, very similar mask that they have. Like, if you compare the boar to this guy, they have very similar masks. So I think it's really, really cool to show, like, oh, these guys are that they're brothers, which is really, really cool, I think. The helmet looks absolutely phenomenal. I don't know if it's picking up a camera or not, but it has this really, really beautiful looking bronze color to it with some dry brushing here and there, and there's even some good detail too in this figure, because it wasn't until, like, I actually looked at it and I thought it was a problem with the figure itself. No, it's actually sculpted in. Like, there's a crack like right above here, which is really, really cool to show, like, hey, these bio helmets are really, really durable, but they do got cracks in them, which is really, really cool and really well done. You get a little, like, side vents and everything, which look really, really cool. It's very, very cool and a very different helmet comparative to the other Predators. I think the one that has the most unique helmet, I think, in the Lost Tribe so far is, in fact, the Lost Predator, because it has such kind of like a cyborg-esque look to it, which looks really, really cool. But, like, once again, it's really cool. And it's actually funny because the Hot Toys version of that Lost Predator, I actually have it, and he actually comes with the boar mask, which is very weird and very kind of inconsistent. I don't know why they did that, but, you know, it's cool that NECA gave it a kind of own custom look to it. Then, of course, you get the shoulders and everything. As I said, you can definitely tell, like, the kind of tiger striping and the pauldrons and everything. A lot of cool, kind of the very similar kind of bronze kind of color that you see on the helmet, which is really, really cool, with a few hints of black and like dry brushing on here, which is really, really cool. It kind of looks like something you would see, like an ancient like underwater statue or something, which looks really, really cool and really well done. Also, another cool thing too with the gauntlets right here. This guy is unique because he actually doesn't have, like, the wrist computer at all, or the gauntlets at all. At anything. He does have these kind of cooler, like, he's got bones right here, which look really, really cool, really fantastic. And he's got, like, this wrap here, which is really, really cool and very unique and different comparative to any of the other Predators I've seen. So maybe this guy isn't too reliant, like, on, or he's just so good he doesn't need a wrist computer to, like, you know, kill a hive or whatever. But it looks really, really cool. Bone detailing looks really, really great. Then you get the back of the figure, which has continued that bronze, but you also get this kind of black stripe on the back of the figure too, which looks really, really cool. As I said, continues that tiger motif, in my opinion. You also got this little bag right here, a little satchel, which is really, really cool. Then you get the like the codpiece too, which, you know, ladies who like the Predators. But yeah, it's really, really cool. Very similar to what we've seen with the other Predator figures too, because this kind of cloth is also used on the, I believe, the Lost Predator, and it's also cool because you get to put the disc in here, the throwing disc. But it is cool because you actually get, there's a good amount of little details sculpted into this little thing right here, which I think is really, really great, really well done. Then you get to the bottom of the figure, and it's like legs, which look really, really good. The knees, it's kind of that same kind of bronze color, like on the knees, the knee guards right here. But you also kind of get that, I don't know what to call it. Like, it's a kind of lighter bronze color, I believe. Bronze/gold color, which looks really, really great, really beautiful looking figure. So yeah, with that out of the way, those are pretty much all the details on the Predator figure himself. So let's jump into articulation next. For the Predator, Stalker Predator's articulation, he can look up pretty good. Like, you can look up pretty far, which is something you kind of want with your Predator figure, because you can have him fighting xenomorphs or whatever, which looks really, really cool. He can look down, pretty good, I would say so, for a Predator figure of this Predator figure, which looks really, really good. And you would think the dreadlocks would hinder him, but no, they don't at all, which is always a good thing. Like, that's the thing I've loved about these Predator figures, is like when them with the head looking up, they're not hindered by these dreadlocks. There is a few figures that do have that problem of where the head is a little hindered, but that's mainly just because of like what's on the back or the armor itself. You do get an ab crunch, which is really, really good. You can move it back and forth. He does have a waist swivel too, which is really, really good. You can move it around, all around if you want to, but I'm not going to do that. Then his arms can move out all the way. He does have double jointed elbows, which is always a plus in my book, I think. Then you get the wrist articulation, which can move up and down, but you can also rotate it all around, which is really, really great. Legs go out that far, which is really, really good. It can go back, relatively okay, back that far, which is okay for the figure. And they do have double jointed knees, so you can get him into really some cool hunter poses. He also, foot goes down, up, and it does have an ankle pivot. So some pretty good articulations. So for this figure, I mean, it's about the normal for this kind of ultimate style of body mold. So, but yeah, I'm always impressed with the Predator articulation for these figures. I think it's really, really great. NECA has really kind of been the pioneer in these Predator figures. So it's kind of hard to see any other company doing Predator figures because they've had the license for so long. So with that out of the way, let's get into some size comparisons to see what this boy scales with. Right, here we have the Stalker compared to some other figures, mainly 7-inch figures, because that's what the Predator is scaled with. So we have the Cat from Halo Reach. Of course, this is part of Wicked Cool Toys' Spark collection, which is really, really awesome. We have the McFarlane Batman from Dark Knight's Death Metal, and we have the Ember Collection Velociraptor from the original Jurassic Park. So he's tall. I mean, he's bigger comparative to the other figures, of course, because he is Predator. Predators are gigantic monsters, so that definitely makes sense. And it's funny to see him dwarf a Spartan, which is really, really funny to me. Here's the Stalker compared to some of his clanmates from the Lost Tribe, which is really cool. So we got the Lost Predator, we got the Scout Predator, and we got the City Hunter, of course. Can't wait for the battle damage version of that guy to come out too, because that figure looks really, really cool. So yeah, so far we're 3 figures into the 30th anniversary line, and I gotta say, I really love all these figures. They're all very unique, very different, and it's cool to see NECA do re-releases of these figures in the new Ultimate style body mold, but also give them like new weapons, give them backstories, which is really, really awesome that they've done that throughout this whole line, which I think is really, really great, and I can't wait for the rest of the line. So far, the known ones that we got coming, we got the Guardian, who is, I assume, going to be the next one, and we got Shaman. Then, hopefully, after that, maybe we'll get Borg or whoever. I can't wait. I think I've personally said it before when talking about these two. I personally cannot wait for the Elder Predator to come out, because Greyback is super, super cool, and he's a super awesome Predator. So, yeah. Alright, and here we have the Predator Stalker checking out a trophy that I did recently got. So, overall thoughts on the Stalker Predator. I think it's a really, really cool figure. So far, NECA's been knocking it out of the park with these recent 30th anniversary figures from Predator 2. I think it's really, really cool that we're getting this line in general, because I missed out on the Lost Tribe initially when they came out way back in the day, so it's really cool to finally get these figures. A lot of the new accessories that it comes with are a really, really good plus for this figure if you are looking to either, 1, get this figure if you missed out on the original, or 2, if you're looking to replace your old figure. By all means, I definitely suggest picking this guy up. Has got a lot of cool accessories. He looks really, really awesome next to the other members of the Lost Tribe, of course. We'll be soon getting the Guardian eventually, and we'll be getting the Shaman soon, too. Those are the 2 that I know of that are going to be coming pretty soon. So, with that out of the way. But yeah, if you like this Predator, I definitely suggest pick him up. If he is one of your favorite background Predators, I guess, definitely. So, with that being said, that's it for this Figure Review Friday. So I hope you guys did enjoy this figure review. Make sure to hit like and hit subscribe and hit the little bell notification so you get notified when we upload videos like Figure Review Fridays, Mythical Mountain Monday, and What's in the Box Wednesday. And also maybe a future show by Jack's Pop Guy in the future on Sunday. I don't know, but you know. It'll show up in your feed and you'll know it. So also check us out on Instagram too. Me, GVKcollectibles, of course, my brother Jack's Pop Guy, and also check us out on our respective Mercari shops too. We got a lot of cool stuff on there too. So with that out of the way, I hope you guys have a safe weekend. Be safe, and hopefully it's a great weekend. So with that being said, peace.